Okay, in this drawing I've got a basic corridor set up. I've got one baseline in my corridor, and you can see that that whole object lights up as I hover over it, and I can select that. Um, and so this is what I have for a corridor right now. What I would like to do is add a couple of more alignments to this corridor model as baselines. Um, Now I've got my tool space open here, and I can see that in the corridors portion of my drawing, I do have this corridor, and that does have one baseline. So I need to access the corridor properties at this point, and I can do that either through the tool space. So if I, for example, select this Blaine corridor, the only corridor I have, I can right-click on that and select Properties. That's one way to get there. Opens up the Properties window for this corridor. Or I can also select the corridor itself. So I can just highlight it, select it, and if I right-click, I can find the corridor properties. I can also find the corridor properties in the ribbon if I have that corridor selected. So a few different ways to get to the corridor properties. And again, here are all of the properties, or a lot of properties that are linked to this corridor. And I'm concerned with the parameters tab. So go ahead and activate your corridor properties and then select the parameters tab. And here I see my one baseline. So this is the alignment is my baseline, and then there is one region in that in this baseline, so or one region assigned to this baseline right now, and that one region encompasses the entire alignment. We'll talk about regions a little bit later, but right now I want to add some baselines. I want to add these other two alignments to my corridor model, and all I need to do is click Add Baseline, and you'll get another window that pops up. Baseline name, I'm going to leave the naming the naming schedule or template here alone. It's just going to count up. You can see here I've got a number 1 next to this baseline, so it uses the letters BL, so baseline, and then it's putting the name of that alignment in here. So you can see the name of my alignment, and then this says next counter, so that's just going to count up as I maybe create more baselines from this same alignment. Anyways, I'm not going to change this. I'm going to select alignment and profile as my baseline type, and then I have to select from the drop down which alignment do I want to use. So I'm going to add both of these other alignments eventually, but I can only do one at a time here. So I'm just going to go with the next alignment on my list, which happens to be CDS Road in my drawing. Or if I'm not sure which alignment name I'm looking for, I can use this Pick from the Drawing button to actually select, click on a different alignment. I know the name of my alignment, so I'll select it here and then hit OK. And I see I do have another baseline. Now, there's no region associated with this baseline yet, and there's no profile associated with that alignment yet. I have a design profile for this alignment, and I need to assign that in the vertical baseline. And you can see it says click here. So I'm going to click there and then select the profile, the design profile that I created for this alignment, and a couple of different profiles here that I can select from. If I'm not sure which one, I can pick it from the drawing. So then I could go over to my profile view and click on the blue design profile that I created. I named it appropriately when I created it, so I'll just select it from the list here and click OK. So it shows me my vertical baseline now, and there's still no region. So I need to right-click on this new baseline and select Add a Region. And that will bring up another window, Create Corridor Region. I'm going to leave the naming scheme the same. I do have to assign an assembly to that region, and I've created one assembly in this drawing, so I'll just click select that assembly and click OK. And now I can see there a little plus symbol showed up here in my list of baselines, and I do have a region. Now this region has a warning symbol. It says it's out of date. So what I need to do is I need to rebuild or refresh my corridor model. And an easy way to do that is just to click apply, and it will tell me that my corridor needs to be rebuilt. So I simply click rebuild the corridor, at which point now I see my corridor model has grown. It has added this baseline and one region. So I need to do the same thing for this other alignment. I need to add a baseline, and I'll select the third alignment from my drawing and OK. Now again, I have to assign the vertical design profile that goes along with that, and then I need to add a region with that assembly. So I'll click OK. If I expand this baseline, I see one region. Again, that's out of date now, so I need to apply and rebuild my corridor, and then I can hit OK. I've added all of my baselines to the corridor model. So this isn't perfect. What this has done is it's taken that assembly and it has followed our baselines using that assembly to build a three-dimensional model. Unfortunately, these corridor regions overlap, and we're going to have to deal with that in another assignment. But for right now, at least I have a basic corridor model put together.